You wouldn't believe this competitive foursome is arguing over a little secret. The doctor is worried that if Jenna finds out, he's toast because joining this race could reveal his identity. Jenna doesn't want her budding romance to fizzle out, while the shepherd thinks it's better to seek employment than waste time racing. Seville seems indifferent, thinking it doesn't matter whether they go or not. Only Mike is struggling to let go of his youthful bravado. No matter what, she wants to prove she's just as good as the college kids. But while they are bickering, their nemesis appears, clearly not wanting them to have peace. The doctor spots Jenna hanging out with some people and hides in a panic. An indignant Mike climbs to higher ground, throwing a provocative gesture at George. He then leaps down and splashes into the water. George also wants to show them what he's made of. He jumps in right after. At the start, Mike leads, but George catches up after a few strokes. Amidst cheers from college students on the shore, George zooms like he is an engine, getting closer to the shore. He even pulls off a stylish turn to showcase his swimming skills, then switches to breaststroke, treating Mike like he's just a blip on the radar. Mike refuses to be the underdog, pushing himself to the limit to catch up, yet he just can't keep pace with George. However, Mike doesn't quit. He dives underwater, breathes less, but hits a rock ahead from being too focused. Even with the bleeding head, Mike remains undeterred, turning back to swim toward the other shore with zero intention of stopping. Because if he stops, it's not just losing to George but also losing to his fading youth. Watching Mike go all out is something to George, initially scornful, now respects him. Friends on the mountain worry as Mike, exhausted, struggles in water. His friends quickly dive in to save him, preventing a potential disaster, but this competition strips away all the dignity Mike fought so hard it made the foursome aware of the gap, prompting Much to resolve to marry his girlfriend. Doctor watches his friend walk into the Civil Affairs Bureau with joy, only to nearly collide with his dad test driving a customer's car, but thankfully Dad hits the brakes just in time. Subtitles, however, this old second-hand car suddenly stalls and refuses to start again, leaving Dad in a difficult situation, while the doctor takes the opportunity to sneak away. Back home, Dad can't take his son's risk-keeping anymore. Hearing his parents' frustration, the doctor realizes it's time to take action. So next day, he arrived at his dad's used car shop to show he wasn't useless. Dad saw his son's change and stayed silent. After the conclusion of the first day's work, the doctor appears somewhat exhausted. Dad informs him that he must catch up with his idol in the competition. Doctor trains late into the night. From now on, he's diligently cleaning cars by day and training like a madman at night. Though rain washes over his body, it won't wash away his determination. However, one incident that day shatters his hopes of 4 college students' role in pushing a red used car. Dad rushes over to block them. They want to return the car because Dad had promised a 7-day no-question-asked return policy. But due to the absence of a written agreement, Dad firmly insists that he never made such a statement. The doctor then steps forward to request Dad to keep his promise, emphasizing honesty. The confrontation sends Dad straight to bed. Seeing Dad upset, Mike feels guilty and decides to forego the Saturday race. He focuses on caring for his father at home. Mom knows her son dreams of racing, so to avoid him missing out on life, she pulls out a passport she's never used. Though never leaving her town, she's prepped crossing lines countless times. What Mom is really saying is, you should give it your all while you're young, but she feels like she hasn't done enough herself. With Mom's encouragement, the doctor finally steps onto the dream stage of the race, and his friends come to cheer him on. Seeing his idols, he raises hands to applaud. The starting gun fires, over 100 cyclists speed off, and the thrilling 100-mile race begins. Doctor starts slowly, falling to last place, while the Italian team demonstrates exceptional skill. They speed to the front, leading the race, while the doctor kicks into gear, pushing forward from the back. The doctor feels like he's channeling all his power into his legs, giving it his all with every pedal stroke. He gives it his all, surpassing one competitor after another, drawing closer to the front runners. But his idols are simply too strong. They are leading by a wide margin. Catching up is no easy feat. Still, the doctor doesn't lose hope and accelerates again from 9th place. He breaks free from the pack, while the Italian team seems to let their guard down. This allows the doctor to catch up, and they even cheer him on, encouraging him to keep pushing. Not just physical pain, but a collapse of his faith. Seeing Italians mock and leave, he's utterly disheartened, perhaps the cost of youth. Returning home with the body full of pain, Mom rushes to check on him while Dad is silently weeping in his heart. Listening to his son's emotional turmoil, Dad feels his heart shatter into pieces. It's just like an irreversible tragedy. All that the father can do is silently bear everything. Subtitles, of course. This is merely a story. Do you know that? If you like this not so perfect story, don't forget to hit subscribe.